What's up there, YouTube friends? Cheddar here, back with another video. First off, as usual, I hope you are doing well. I hope you're having a good day and that everything is going well for you. So thank you for joining me. Maybe I should comment real quick on my infrequent posting. I'm sorry that my posting can be inconsistent. I have a lot of just obligations that I have to, attend to. And there's always things that throw off my groove, to so to speak. And then I have to reestablish my patterns and kind of get back into a momentum. I feel like I'm a momentum based person where I'll get in a zone. I can kind of pump out, the projects that I'm working on, and then something will throw off my groove, and I have to reestablish that. And I guess what's important for me, if I experience those while video making, because I really like and just enjoy making reviews and just picking apart things and, I guess posting my thoughts and what have you. And I just want, if I'm experiencing a lag, or if something's interrupting that process, I'm okay with it. I just want to make what I can when I can. And I really haven't been able to make anything. I haven't had the time. It just, things have been so demanding. So I just want to say thank you for your patience and for understanding, because, life is life. And I'm just doing this YouTube stuff for, for fun. So, but it is important to me too. I do love doing this. So I haven't been able to keep up with the Penguin, obviously the show, the Penguin, not the animals, but I do need to keep up with the Penguin, the animals, because they're pretty freaking awesome. I love penguins. But the show, the Penguin, I haven't been keeping up with the weekly episodes. I had to watch all of the episodes, just plow through. I haven't seen, I just watched 5, 6, and 7. The last episode of season 1 will be episode 8, which will come out November 10th. I looked up the schedule, so November 10th we'll get episode 8, which will conclude season 1. And then I'll do a review of that, a final season 1 recap. But for now, this is episodes 5, 6, 7. This I'm also going to keep as in no spoilers. Also, it's going to be better for these episodes too if you watch them. So yeah, 5, 6, 7. Let's review them. Going for it now. Like I said, this is no spoilers. I'm going to leave that for you. I guess to give you, I'll give you the conclusion up front. We'll do this kind of, backwards. 5, 6, and 7 are so far the best episodes of the show. My favorite episode is 5. I feel like 5 is when the show starts to work, where you see the game that was the actual game being played. I remember in my earlier reviews of the Penguin, I said it still feels like they're setting up the chess pieces, and we're gonna still see the battle. We're still seeing everything being set up, and it did really feel like that for the first 4 episodes. And I was hoping that the show wasn't going to just kind of meander and just give us little details about the characters here and there. In episodes 5, 6, 7, you still get flashback storytelling details. I think this is pretty typical for most TV shows. I remember this being even in like the Daredevil TV show from around 10 years ago, where you're seeing the main story play out, and you get constant flashbacks to tell the backstory of one or more characters. And so you get the context, you get story progression, and story context. And sometimes those pieces, add to each other and can play out in fun ways. So it seems to be typical for TV. It works. I like it when they don't go to the flashback stuff as much, or if there's just more organized parts of flashbacks, because sometimes there's just too much flashback action. But in 5, 6, 7, everything is much better. It feels like the show is working as it should be. It's actually really exciting. 5 is a really cool episode. I'm kind of looking at a episode guide here just for frame of reference, because I just plowed through these episodes. It was fun to do that though too. So I feel like the show is working. You know what it was working for. I feel like it's gotten there, and it feels like it could still get better too. There's still more to the story. So as a viewer, I'm excited to see where it goes. I haven't been more excited since starting the show. The first 4 episodes feel a bit not lagging, but just lagging a little bit. They're kind of taking their time. They're setting the pieces up, and I get it. I'm not going to hound it too. One of my favorite, maybe my favorite TV show, Mr. Robot, does that too, and it's season 1, and I still like that season 1 also. But so I'm gonna give it its time to set up the pieces. And man, episode 5 takes some turns, and I feel like you start to see, oh, this is what the show was building for. I want to see this game play out now. And yeah, episode 5 is where, I don't know, the end game of season 1 starts, and it's exciting. It's cool to see, and I was engaged. I thought it was, just exciting. It's cool. I'm not really a TV show follower, but after watching 5, 6, 7, it makes me think that this is probably one of the best shows out right now. I haven't seen enough shows, new shows specifically is what I'm talking about. I haven't seen enough new shows to know if it's the best new show, but I feel like it's a contender. It's actually surprised me with just how good it is. I feel like my complaints used to be that it felt like it was taking its time. Some of the characters weren't really hitting the notes that I feel like they should be hitting the strongest, particularly this character named Victor. He's like a main side character, and he's getting better. He's getting better. In 5, 6, 7, he works a lot better. It's basically scenes where he doesn't need to feel as threatened or scared, and he's just kind of involved in the action, where it's less demanding of drama from his point or his perspective. I don't feel like Victor delivers on the dramatic notes very well, and he's very tied into the drama of Oz. Oz, the main character, who Oz is the penguin. So but Victor's working out better. Man, Sophia, the I guess you could say villain, they're all kind of villains because Oz is not a good guy either. So he's the hero of the story, but he's not a hero. He's not even an anti-hero. They're all criminals. You're just seeing which criminal wins, basically. So they're all, none of them you would call a hero. And so it's hard to call anyone a villain. Sophia's probably the antagonist, but she's cool. She's gotten better too. At first, I thought her character was a little cheesy at parts, but it was still working. It was still doing its job, and was still good. But everything with her just gets better. Everything with, with Clarence. Why am I spacing on his name? It's Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs is in the show. It's Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas. That's the Supreme Court justice. Why did I think of Clarence Thomas? What is his name? I'm gonna look this up. I'm sorry. It's okay. I can edit this out. I'll just edit this out. No one will even know. Mr. Krabs actor. This is so embarrassing. Clancy Brown. That's it. That's close to Clarence Thomas, right? It's close enough. Clancy Brown. That is who I was talking about. Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown's awesome. He's in the show, and I thought he was going to just be. He's in the earlier episodes. He's just kind of sitting down, talking. He's a jailed character, and I thought he was just all of his scenes were just going to be jailed, jail scenes where he's talking through the class. He's involved now. He's in the action. He's part of the action. So it's exciting, and he's. I'm not used to seeing him on the screen. I feel like I haven't seen Clancy Brown in a long time. So it's just hype to see him, acting and he's good too. His parts get better. So everything with the show between episodes 5 through 7 gets better. 5 is going to be my favorite episode. That's just where things take off. 6 was good. It's not the the best of those. Out of those 3, it's probably the worst. 5 and 7 I think are the best of the episodes. 5 is the best episode of the show so far, but yeah, 5 through 7 are worth checking out at this point. If you haven't started watching The Penguin, I mean, I think it's worth it. I need to see how season 1 ends, but for me, the Penguin season 1 is worth it for what it builds to, because I haven't been this excited to see the conclusion of a show in a long time. It's been a while, and this isn't anywhere as I'm not anywhere near as excited for the show as I have been for my top shows, which my favorite shows, just so you understand me, I'd probably say are Mr. Robot and Breaking Bad. Those are my favorite adult TV shows. Yeah, so those two. This show's still really good though, so I'd say it's worth checking out. It's hard to put a score on it right now. I feel like I can't give a score because I need to see episode 8 with what 5 through 7 is done. So 5 through 7, you get development of the story. You get advancing of the story with things that you won't exactly expect, and it's exciting. So genuine excitement. It feels almost Game of Thrones-esque, I never finished that show to the end either, but what I mean is where you're not sure which characters are going to get killed off. There's other shows that work like that too. Boardwalk Empire, same thing. You're not sure who's going to be killed off. So, yeah, the tension of the show just kind of grows too. So it's a good show. If I had to say one, it's a rather small criticism, but I do think it would make the show better. But there's not really artistic filmmaking. It's shot rather just shot regularly, or shot very plainly, I guess, if that could say. Everything's shot so normal, where you don't see any cool, at least not very much, not very many creative artsy shots, right? And I'm kind of a sucker for the artsy shots. There's many times where I'm going to say that a show is going to be using too many artsy shots and it's style over substance, right? This show has the substance. It just needs a little bit more style, is I guess how I would say it. The substance is there and they got it. The writing's good. It just, they need to find ways to accentuate it, to dramatize it a bit further, because everything is just shot so, it looks like the movie Seven, if you've ever seen the movie Seven, but Seven has this darkness to it where it's with the angle and the colors, it's so, there's this ominous feeling to Seven where it's just like this evil feeling to Seven. And I feel like this show could go there. It maybe isn't trying as hard to go there, but it needs some artistic style, is I guess what I'm saying. I wish there was a little bit more artistic style. Hopefully that's included in season 2. I don't even know if we're going to get a season 2, but I'm hopeful for season 2. I hope we get season 2. So as a viewer, that to me is a good sign. If I want season 2, I want more of the show, that's a good thing. It means the show's working and doing its job. And yeah, man, all the actors are good. It's gotten exciting. So I recommend checking out The Penguin. I'll post again for The Penguin, by episode 8, which should be out in about 5 days. So I will try to post again before that, but expect a video in about 5 to 6 days, if not. So, thank you for listening to this. If you have thoughts on The Penguin, let me know in that crafty comment section that you've probably heard of. Just kidding, of course, for a bit. Yeah, just let me know if you've seen The Penguin or what you thought of it. It's cool to have the conversations, but that's all. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day. Stay awesome, and let's go. You rule. Take care. Bye-bye.